G'day, welcome back to the channel. Hey guys, I know it's been a minute or two since my last video, but I promise you I haven't been sitting idle. Between being away for work and having some of my gear mysteriously go missing from out here in the doghouse, life's been a little bit crazy and well, yeah, I've fallen behind. But there's nothing I love more than hanging out with you guys out here in the doghouse. So let's go get a beer. You know what that means? Cue the slow-mo and the bad 80s porn music. Let's go get a beer. How many times has that happened to you? You're dead set on a pint and you end up with a sad little sampler. Well, that's where keg scales come in. Now, before we dive into the KegMaster KS1 from Keg King's review, I just want to cover off on a quick piece of housekeeping with you guys. For those of you that are new to the channel, I just want to be fully transparent and let you know that I buy all the gear I review here out of my own pocket. I'm not sponsored by anyone and I'm not tied to any particular brand. Look, if it's good, I'll let you know. If it's rubbish, I'll tell you to look elsewhere. In fact, Keg King don't even know that I'm making this video. They'll see it at exactly the same time that you guys do, if at all. Now, before we go and unbox some of the new gear, let me show you what I've been tinkering with over on the kegerator. I've been chasing the holy grail of draft beer pouring, and that is no more first glass foam. So up here in North Queensland, the taps, they heat up between pours. So your first beer smashes into a hot font and bang, next minute you've got half a glass of foam. I tried lengthening the beer lines. Look, that helped a bit, but that wasn't a fix. I tried blowing cold air up into the font using a fan and a tube. Same deal, it was better, but still foamy first pour. Look, my initial solution for a while was to either drink faster or to pour two beers at once, much to the disgust of my wife. Then I tried flooding the font with a pond pump and a bucket of water. Lesson learned there, the thermal dynamics is real, whether we like it or not. The bucket didn't have enough thermal mass and the beer actually came out of the font warmer than when it went in, after the temperatures equalised. So finally, after a few too many beers one night, I thought if it's worth doing, it's worth overdoing. So I repurposed an old glycol chiller, a G20.1, that I had lying around from my snub nose fermenter. I plumbed it in with a couple of half-inch glycol lines and a flooding plate, and boom, problem solved. Frosty font, no more foam in the glass. Now, I know somebody's going to ask me about these tap handles. They're my own 3D prints. They're little 2.7-inch e-ink displays, and I can NFC beer labels directly from my phone to them without decals or chalk. Now, I designed these in Fusion 360 and they're printed in Prusament PET G. And I fitted them all together with all 316 stainless steel fittings because it's out here in the elements. If you want to see a video on how I built them, let me know in the comments and I'll make a video. So, speaking of gear experiments, let's talk about one of my not so great purchases. These, if you haven't seen them, are the PLAATO keg scales. Now, I backed these on Kickstarter as long with their airlock. And on paper, they looked absolutely amazing. Smart keg management, Wi-Fi, live data, the works. The problem was, they pulled the plug on the app. So no more updates, no more support, and basically abandoned homebrewers. So I've got 3 very expensive drink coasters that used to weigh beer. Now that's the risk with cloud-dependent brewing gadgets. Once the servers or the apps go down, the hardware's just e-waste. Let's dive over and have a look and unbox one of the KS1 KegMaster scales from Keg King. All right, time for the new contender. The Keg King KegMaster KS1 keg scales. As you can see, they ship in a simple recycled cardboard box. Now, while it's not exactly Apple packaging, that's good to see. It's packaged in recycled materials. Even the plastic sleeve is biodegradable, as e-waste is a huge problem when it comes to brewing. Like I said, those 3 PLAATO scales are mine. They're destined for the bin or to be recycled. The units themselves, they're about 25 millimetres in height, and that's important because in tight kegerators where the headroom's at a premium, these will fit. On the underside, you'll see there are 4 pressure cells, whereas the PLAATOs only had sort of 3. So I guess that's an upgrade. Look, the build feels smooth. It's a solid casing, and why that's important is these will see spills and condensation and just general kegerator life. They're rated up to 60 kilos, so it'll handle everything from cornies to 50 litre commercial kegs. Powering on is pretty simple, just a short press of the power button and you'll hear an ascending tone with a flashing light. That means it's not connected to Bluetooth yet. Powering off, again, it's just a long press and you'll hear a descending chime. When it's actually up and running and it's connected, there's no lights, and that's presumably to extend the battery life on them. All right, let's go and have a look at the app. Once the KS1 connects over Bluetooth to the KegMaster app, from there you get real-time keg volume, battery life monitoring, high or low temperature alerts. That's great, particularly if you have power outages to your kegerator, you'll know about it. It gives you data reminders, customizable units, so that's either in metric or in freedom units. And colour-coded layout so you can see what needs attention. Look, pricing's pretty solid too. Look, they're $99 each retail, but again, the more you buy, the cheaper they get. They had 2 on the website for $89.10 each. For 4, it was $74.25 each. For 5, it was $75.24 each, and again, as well as 6, $75.24. Now, that's a pretty big saving. Now, I grabbed 5, 4 for my kegs, and 1 for underneath my CO2 bottle, because trust me, nothing stings like walking up to a flat keg and a $70 gas bottle that's emptied itself overnight. If these scales just save me 1 bottle of CO2, then they're paid for themselves. Charging's done by a USB-C. Mine arrived partly charged, and they took about 5 hours to top up on a 2.5 amp wall plug. So it's too early to say on battery life, but I'll keep you posted. Oh, and heads up, this little rubber plug that sits in the USB-C port, that's not tethered, and if you lose it, I think you're going to risk moisture damage. Connectivity wise, this is where I think it's going to crush the PLAATO. No messy USB cables inside the fridge, and instead of Wi-Fi. So the PLAATO kegs used to connect via a USB cable, and I don't know about you, I've got enough stuff running inside my kegerator without having to worry about how I'm going to route USB cables. These run via Bluetooth, and I was a bit worried at first about signal dropouts. If you've used tilt hydrometers, you'll know the pain. But so far, these have been pretty solid in my kegerator. However, your mileage may vary. All right, so let's have a quick demo and drop a keg on the scale and see how it updates on the app. So here's a quick demo. I've dropped my kegs on the scale and the app updates instantly. Accuracy's been bang on, and in my tests, even with partial fills, setup's dead simple, no cables, no faff, it just works. And that's how the inside looks. I've still got plenty of clearance there, even with all my gas and beer lines, as well as those 2 glycol lines. Okay, so that's a wrap, and this is my initial verdict. Look, the PLAATOs, look, these things promise the earth, but they left us stranded. The KS1s from Keg King, I reckon they're affordable, easy to use, and more importantly, I think they're going to be supported for a long time yet. I'm going to keep running these over the next few brews, and I'll report back and see if they hold up or if they turn into just another expensive paperweight. But for now, I've got to say that I'm quite impressed. The KS1, well, it feels like a well thought out first step from Keg King into the tech side of brewing. The app's already solid, accuracy's excellent, and I reckon we'll see some clever DIYers rigging up Raspberry Pis and displays to show live keg data in no time. Hey, look, thanks for hanging out in the doghouse with me today. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment below if you've ever been burnt by dodgy brewing gadgetry. And hey, before I sign off, a quick shout out to my wife, Jackie. And I just want to say that if I mysteriously turn up dead, whatever you do, don't sell anything out here in the doghouse for what I told you I paid for it. I'll catch you on the next one. Till then, remember, life's too short to get caught out by dodgy home brewing stuff that promises the earth and delivers nothing. I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers. Oh yeah.